Hi again, everyone. How are you? This video is gonna answer another question I get very often on my apps, and that is, do I need a degree, a business degree, to start a business? And I think I have gotten asked this maybe hundreds of times. This is a very common one, and of course, for many of you, you know, if you're an experienced business person, of course, there's many of you. You will say, "Oh, that's too simple of a topic." But you know what? I get asked this question a lot. And if you are wondering, do I need a degree to start your business, or do I need to get some kind of special education? I'm going to answer I'm going to give you the quick answer, and then I'm going to give you the long and thoughtful answer so that you can have a framework within which to think about, how to position your life. This is sort of strategy for your life a little bit. So, of course, in the Western world, United States, Canada, UK, large parts of Europe, you do not need a business degree to start a business. You don't need it legally, so there's not a requirement. But the question is, will it help you? Okay, and of course it might. You might not even need a business degree. Sometimes other degrees are more helpful, like my degree is in computer science. And without computer science, I would never have been able to create the products that I created, right? Like I made these really helpful mobile applications that help you plan and start your business. And I learned business from experience. I didn't learn it from school. I learned it from creating stuff, learning from what I created, maybe failing at different points, but just growing my experience over time and just trying things. But computer science, I learned in school, in university, and it really helped me because it empowered me for long term. I can create almost anything I want. If it's a website, if it's like a database of something, if it's a mobile app, I can really just create it. So that degree has been immensely helpful to me. And computer science would have been extremely difficult to learn without a college, without that formal, people teach themselves how to program, but there are some fundamentals that you need to get that a college will give you, and it's just a difficult subject. It's just a very difficult subject, computer science. So it's a lot of math, a lot of like new things, like just thinking about things in a little bit different way too. So I really needed that degree. I don't think I would be here without that degree. And I don't think I would have started a business successfully if I wasn't the person who would be able to create the product. Then I would have been stuck getting others to create the product for me, either by paying them, which sucks, or by like, hey, would you like to be my co-founder? And probably they wouldn't like to be my co-founder. Usually it's extremely difficult to get a co-founder. So yeah, degree actually helped me a lot. Now, I don't know about every country. There may be some countries where you're actually legally required to get a degree. I don't know which those countries might be. I don't know if there are countries like that, but there may be. But for most countries, legally, you do not need a degree. But you do, as you see, you do need some sort of expertise. And the expertise does not have to come from a degree, although it may, like in my case. And in my case, I have two strong areas of expertise. I have technology, where I learned in college, I got a degree, and I have business, which I learned just from trying stuff. At first, it was just like I was creating websites on Saturdays, and on my free time, and then I kept trying, and they kept getting more successful and more successful, and that's how I learned business. At first, I was clueless. At first, I was like, because I knew technology, but I didn't know business, and I was like, oh, a business. I don't know business, but then I just learned it, and it's easy. It's not that hard, and it's common sense. It really makes sense once you get your mind around it. It's not difficult. But getting back to the issue of, do you need a degree? What you do need is some deep expertise in the area in which you will be running your business. Now, that expertise, coincidentally, can come not from you. It can come from your co-founders, it can come from your mentors, from your investors, it can come from somebody else. But of course, it's all much easier if it actually does come from you, because you know, you can outsource a lot of stuff. You can outsource, you can get somebody to build your website, you can get somebody to market your stuff. You can be that kind of an organizer person who runs the whole thing. But it's the most sort of, in the beginning, that's the hardest way to go. When you've grown, that's how you actually should go. That when your company has grown a little bit, that's actually the ideal. Then you're ideal, because if you can outsource that, outsource this, manage this, and you're sort of the thinking guy or woman behind everything, that's ideal. But when you're starting, you just don't have enough resources to delegate everything. So you need to have some skills of your own that will get you to that start, through that first 1 or 2 years maybe, because like I'm having to do a lot of things on my own with this business, and actually I like it that way because I don't have to hire anyone and I know exactly what's going on in every piece of my business. So if you're in the beginning stages, or like not beginning, I don't mean like beginning, I mean like the first couple of years, you should probably be extremely hands-on, and therefore either bring a strong set of expertise to the project, or be extremely hungry and thirst for learning so that you can learn that stuff right on the job. And of course, do get mentors, do get help, because if you get a good mentor or somebody who can give you advice, it can just create such positive effect to your business. I mean, you can only really know how much, to what extent, if you make mistakes that hurt your business and you're like, oh my god, if I only could have prevented this, if only somebody could have prevented me. So that's actually how happened to me before. You know, I had some strategy that I thought was going to be right and it was wrong, and then like, 3 or 6 months later, you're like, you know, I wish somebody would have like told me, you know, helped me. But that happens. It happens to almost everybody. So I think that's how you should think about, do you need a degree and what kind of expertise do you need to bring into your business? That's really the answer to that question. Right? Okay, so that's it. So that's actually, that's how you approach that question. So please subscribe, if this was helpful, please subscribe to my channel so I can kind of continue to maybe teach you and give you more of this kind of business insights. And of course, please check out my mobile apps that I created, where coincidentally you can actually get help for your business. And the apps cover business ideas, business planning, marketing, and fundraising, and they're available on iOS, Kindle, Android, the Nook, and they're just very helpful if you are starting a business. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.